What's up all you cool snakes and neonates? How's it going? Shelby's taking a bath. Let's pull her out and have a quick look at her and then we'll get on with the video. You're a soggy snake. I'm a soggy snake. Look at that snake. Hello, sweetheart. Look at the size she's getting already. Look at that. That is crazy. Look, that's my sleeve. Sillies. Calm. Settle. Calm yourself down. Thank you. Yes, good girl. What's up all you cool snakes and neonates? Reptile Rich here. How's it going? I hope you're all keeping well. This here is Shelby. If you're new to the channel, she is a false water cobra. We have two. We have a boy and a girl. Now these guys are not true cobras. They are rear fanged, mildly venomous. They hood up like a cobra. They have fangs. They aren't technically a cobra. They're a member of the colobrid family, whereas true cobras or your actual venomous cobras are members of the Elapidae family. So before anyone starts getting into technicalities, over the thumbnail, yes, this is a false water cobra, and it's the cobra part that's false, not the water. They're also known as the Brazilian smooth snake, and I really don't know why, because they are not that smooth. Like, so they're actually quite bumpy as you run your hands down them. The scales are smooth, yes, but they're actually really bumpy. They're not. They're definitely not the smoothest snakes out there, that's for sure. So this is Shelby. We have Tigger as well, the boy. So these guys, as you can see, are fantastic animals. They're really good. Calm down nicely. She's barely hooded. This girl just shed out. So this is Wednesday. Now Wednesday is water bowl day. We fed them back on Monday. So we've got some footage from feeding them on Monday. They are usually crazy as hell feeders. They'll slingshot out and they'll flail about, just biting everything and anything. I think she took a pop at herself actually. These guys can just be absolutely mental when you're feeding them. Lovely calm snakes when they're out. Fantastic snakes. I mean, but if you guys have followed this since we got Shelby, I mean, her growth is crazy. Like, look how long she's getting. Now, these guys have been known to get to about 9 foot long. They're a very large colobrid, huge colobrid at 9 foot long. That's amazing. So this is Shelby. Have a close look at her in her new colours, because she is just, look at her, she is looking fantastic. Her eyeliner, those black stripes are coming down her side very nicely. So every time they shed, those black lines down the side of their face get more and more sort of darker and vibrant. You'll see his when we're feeding him aren't as dark as that. But she's just looking beautiful, isn't she? She's a wonderful snake, and they have that awesome sort of spotty belly on them as well that goes right the way down their bodies. It's absolutely beautiful. So without further ado, let's get into it, and let's get these guys a rat in their bellies. So first up, we have the little milkshake, who has been hiding for the past couple of days, so I have a funny feeling that she might be in shed. Now where are you, sweetie? Over here, top of our log. One wiggy wiggy. Sweetheart, you gonna wake up? Come on, milkshake. Yes, she is in the early stages of shed, yes. A lot of the animals are in shed, and I've disturbed her in a little sleeping spot. Hi! So those of you who are new to the channel, this is Milkshake. Milkshake is a banana California king snake. And even though she's in shed, in typical king snake fashion, she will still eat. She will destroy this mouse. She can be crazy sometimes, and then she can be an absolute sweetheart. I don't think she wants to eat. She's going to prove me wrong today. Come on, sweetheart. I've got this nice little mouse for you. I have a nice little mousey for you. I see you wanting it. I see you wanting it. So she's a banana California king snake. Maybe other stuff in her, I'm not sure. But I didn't get it from a breeder, so I can't really tell for sure. California king snakes in the wild eat other snakes. Usually something with king in the name eats its own kind. So this is a king snake. So these guys will eat venomous snakes and other snakes. And miss. There you go. These are sillies. Boom. And there she goes, eating away. But of course, they are that good eaters that in the captivity, they will happily take defrosted Frozen thawed rats, mice. She's on a mice fluffy, or a fluffy mouse, which is just sort of a hopper kind of thing. And she loves her grub. She does. Not sure of her age, but she's very young. Probably not even a year old. I'd imagine she's a captive bred 20 or 21. Not sure which. And being a numpty, because she's on camera, she's eating it butt first. She's silly. A lot of animals don't eat when they're in shed, but the colubrids are usually really good at feeding, and they'll even eat in shed. But she's being really silly just... What are you doing? Oh my god. She does not normally behave like this, guys. She's just being silly. She's a beautiful snake. Some of you guys may remember her when I got her. Looking forward to when she's larger, because she's going to be a pretty snake when she's larger. She's already a pretty snake now. But I'm going to turn around so we can see you eating their chubbers. I feed my snakes every Monday. The larger snakes are 2 weekly, smaller snakes are weekly. That's how I work it, it's how I've always done it, and it works just fine. But I did have a funny feeling she was going to shed. She's usually the most active snake in the whole collection. She's always up and down her glass, doing laps of her vivarium. That's why she's got so much to climb on and do in there, so that she can keep herself occupied and she can play away and things like that. She can do what she needs to do and keep her mind working. It's important to give these guys not too big a prey item. Because like I say, in the wild they eat other snakes, so it's stuff roughly the same shape as them, so they don't stretch, they don't eat huge prey items like most of your boas and pythons and things that can eat large meals. These guys, most of your colubrids don't do that. But I use the same rule of thumb mostly for all my snakes, and that is I keep the prey item to the same sort of thickness as the snake. So take the thickest part of the body and match the prey item to that. You just want to see a tiny little bump in them, nothing more. Now for the false water cobras. This is Tigger, this is our male. He's a little firecracker. There you go, buddy. You gonna eat outside? You're gonna drag it inside. They often drag it inside so you can't see them eating. That is little Tigger, the false water cobras. As you'll see when we get to Shelby, his girlfriend next. They are just crazy. They're nuts! Absolute nuts! He's eating it straight away. Look at that. Not even giving it time to die. Of course, they're already dead. These are frozen thawed, but he doesn't know that. Well, maybe he does by now. They're actually very smart animals, the false water cobras. And maybe he has figured out by now that he doesn't have to kill it. It's already dead by the time it comes in his house. Who knows? They're not daft animals. So I often feed the colubrids at daytime. Because it's more natural. Your colubrids are usually diurnal or diurnal, however you pronounce it. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But yeah, your colubrids are usually diurnal, so they're awake through the day, not at night, and they'll do most of their hunting through the day as well. So I usually keep things. You guys know I like to keep things as natural as possible, and so when I'm doing the colubrids, I tend to do the colubrids through the day. And then I'll do the boids and pythons and stuff. I do them in the evening. Oh, there we go, we're getting a hood. Dad, we've got a foot dummies. Don't mock me about, please, thank you. He's a scary man. Watch. They sometimes tail whip the food too. I mean, what is she doing right now? She's come out of shed, she knows this is food, she just tried to bite herself. And now she's just acting the goat. I mean, why are you trying to get through to Tigger for? These guys can also possibly be cannibalistic, which means it's going to be fun when it comes to breeding time. There we go. Who's a silly girl? Who's sillies? The growth of that snake, ridiculous. Silly little false water cobra. Say little, what? Whew, she is growing. Like the size difference between Tigger to her. I mean, Tigger is younger, So I'm assuming they get to about a year old and then just explode in growth, because that's what's happened. She's just turned a year old. I think she was born June. This is August just now. And I think he was born September of last year. So she's older than him and just exploded in growth. Absolutely crazy. Beautiful is that animal though. Now, false water cobras are like tegus in their care, in the way that there's a lot of sort of people say one way and people say do things this way. So I just read the animal and see what the animal does. Now, I've had these guys, you guys might be able to correct me with the video, go back down the channel and find the video, but how long have I had these guys? March, maybe? Or February anyway, I think we've had these guys since. Now, I've been feeding them weekly. Some people are saying, oh, you need to feed them 2 weekly. I've been feeding these guys weekly, and their body weights, their muscle tone is fantastic. Their growth rate is nice and steady, it's not crazy. They've been maintaining a healthy sort of physique. They've been fantastically mannered. They've not been like bitey or, you know, looking for food constantly. Yeah, I've never had a food bite off them or anything like that any other time. So weekly seems to be working for these two anyway. So these guys are rear-fanged venomous. So she'll chew that venom into that rat. Again, she seems to have figured out that they're not alive and they can start eating them pretty quickly. They don't have to hold on to them like they would in the wild. I think their venom is more for like incapacitating toads and things like that in the wild where they come from. They're also snake eaters too, so they'll eat other snakes and things like that. These guys, as all my snakes, are on frozen thawed rats. None of my animals get live. I would only feed live if it was an utmost emergency, if it was fully needed, it was a problem feeder and it was a last resort, because I don't like making any animal suffer, no matter what it is. Yeah, I love all animals, whether it's fluffy, feathery, scaly, whatever. I love them all. Now we're getting all that defensiveness. Had my rat off you, Dad. I don't like you anymore. I don't need you. Get lost. Away she goes. How cool, beautiful is that little snake. Oh, and look at that little bulge. See that? Just a tiny little bulge in the tummy. Nothing crazy. It's what you want to see. And here's Tigger, the little boy, our male false water cobra. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. There's a link down below if you want to donate. This is what you do. It's as easy as click, donate, and that's it. It's awesome. We've already had a donation from an awesome subscriber. As always, if you haven't already subscribed, share the page around. It helps massively. So for me, Tigger, Shelby, and the rest of the gang, take it easy, guys. Peace.